everyone. My name is Virginia, and I will be your conference operator for today's national audio conference titled, Set the Record Straight, Smart and Compliant Medical Record Management. At this time, all participants are in listen-only mode. Later, we will conduct a question-and-answer session, and instructions on how to participate will follow at that time. As a reminder, this call is being recorded and will be made available for purchase on audio CD, print, and electronic transcript. I would like now to introduce your speaker for today, Kenny Engel. Kenneth Engel, CPC, CHC, ASS, ACS, EM, CCP, is Vice President, Corporate Compliance Officer, and a founding associate of Martin Gottlieb and Associates, a company which provides physicians who cover 48 emergency departments from 6 states. The company also services radiology and urgent care providers. As a software engineer, Mr. Engel worked to develop the company's medical coding and billing software. Mr. Engel, welcome to the program. We are now ready to begin.
Thank you very much, Virginia. And I want to thank all of the participants today for joining in on this conference call. A few housekeeping notes. There is an updated PowerPoint presentation that is now available on the website. I do apologize for not having that a little bit sooner to you, but if you click on the same link that you used to obtain your current version, you will find another version that has, of course, all of the notes necessary for this follow along in this presentation today. If you're not able to get to it, don't worry about it. Like I said, you can make sure that you get that following the presentation, so you don't feel like you have to take all the notes during the presentation. So one thing I do want to state, I changed the actual title of it just a little bit, and the reason for that is I was following the use of the letter F throughout the entire presentation, just for some continuity and some flair, if you will, but you might think I'm just effing around. I'm not. This is the same presentation. It's titled The Foundation of Fidelity, Faithful and Favorable Medical Record Management. Moving into the forward, why is it important? Why is so much importance placed on the modern medical record? A lot has really changed in the last 15 years. Used to be just a few simple notations from the physician was sufficient, but now we've gotten into a mode where everything, every little detail has to be documented. What we're actually doing is we're going about a process where we're forging fact or we're forging falsehood through the vehicle of the medical record. The medical record is the only vehicle that provides a reliable testimony in review. There is a lot that hangs on the medical record when you think that in the U.S., healthcare is the largest legal industry in the United States. We're spending more money on healthcare than any other nation in the world. We have a uniquely complex healthcare financing and payment system in which the federal and the state governments are the stakeholders. So there's a lot of money that's at stake here, and that's why it's so very important. The only way to validate and to verify the services that are being claimed for payment is by looking back at that medical record. Not only that, there are a lot of other issues, of course, that surround medical necessity, appeals, financial recovery audits, fraud and abuse, risk management, quality initiatives. So many things that we have to rely upon the medical record as that only vehicle of reliable testimony to find out. So, are we forging fact or are we forging falsehood with the medical record documentation that we are creating? And the next question is, are they going to be finding fault or favor with your medical record? The good question might be, who might be eating your pudding? You've heard the expression, the proof is in the pudding. That's actually incorrect. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. That's the actual phrase as it was taken from the classic text of Don Quixote. But who's going to be looking at your medical record in the future? And will they find fault or will they find favor? You possibly could have Medicare Administrative Contractors, the MACs, the QICs, Quality Independent Contractors, Administrative Law Judges, Program Safeguard Contractors. There are new Zone Program Integrity Contractors. You have the Recovery Audit Contractors, or the RACs. You also have the MUFUCUs, which are the Medicaid Fraud Control Units. You might have the OIG coming in and taking a look at your medical record, or in unison possibly with the Department of Justice. And it's not only on a government level, even your private payers, Blue Cross Blue Shield, they have their own Special Investigation Units, or SIUs. Or you may just end up in front of a jury of your peers in a medical malpractice lawsuit. So there are a lot of people that will be possibly looking or scrutinizing your medical record, and what will they find? And here's the bottom line. You've heard the classic anecdote that if it hasn't been documented, it wasn't done. Well, the truth of the matter is, in the absence of documentation, the evidence is construed against the provider. That's the general rule. If you didn't document it, they're going to rule against you in all of those examples that I just mentioned. So, the next question is, what is your medical record documentation doing for you? Is it fostering faith, or is it fostering fear? Is it giving you peace of mind when you lay your head on your pillow at night, or is it creating anxiety from day to day in your life? There is a quote from the scriptures that states that faith is the evidence of things not seen. Well, in the medical healthcare arena, faith is built on the foundation of rock-solid documentation. So if you want to have faith that you will successfully avoid any audits in the future, or that you'll come through the malpractice cases that might be thrown your way, you're going to have to rely on something sure, and that foundation is the foundation of your medical record documentation. So moving on to the actual agenda or the framework for